Ignore negative statements from low-key wannabes who desperately are in need of an identity. You have people who are unsure of themselves that are attacking those who know what they want to do and know what they want to be in life. The worst thing you can be in life is somebody who does not know what they want to do. The most powerful person in life is the person that knows what they want. And you being a powerful person, you know what you want. You're not going to act like you don't. And you're not going to act like it's not out there for you. But just be prepared as somebody that is aware of what they want and what they want to do with their life. There will be a lot of opposing forces that are going to try to basically try to break your spirit and back you down and basically not want you to exude that level of confidence. They may take it offensively. They may see it as something that is a problem, because if you feel a certain way about yourself, you may actually go out and accomplish something to a higher degree or a level than you would if you didn't feel so highly about yourself. So you're going to have to ignore negative statements. The way you feel about yourself is very important. You need to work on your mind to where you feel so good about yourself that you just, your life has changed. Things are different for you. You look at life differently than before. A positive outlook on things can do that. An optimistic outlook on things can do that. But it's going to be a lot of people and a lot of things that you're going to have to ignore. There are a lot of positive people, but the world is primarily negative. And when people see a positive person, they tend to be sarcastic sometimes, because that, it's like they can't be positive. So what they'll do is they'll hit you with a sarcastic type of low vibrational frequency. And that's that energy that brings you down, that it cringes you and it makes you want to distance yourself from them. And it's hard to be around those kinds of people when they exude that type of energy. It damages your energy field, and it starts to basically make your time, your day, your life unenjoyable. And you like to enjoy life. All right. You don't like to be negative. So if you like to be if you're a positive person, when people come to you and say things that are opposite of who you are and what you represent and how you like to feel, you're going to have a strong mind that can revert you back to where you were before they said whatever they said. You're going to have to let a lot of stuff go, a lot of statements you're going to have to ignore, a lot of things you're going to just have to let fade away. And you're going to have to basically, just like a cloud, let whatever someone says just hover over you and pass through you. I mean, pass by you. Or let it pass through you too. You know, what people say, you have to give at least as least power to it as possible. And this is why the affirmations are here for you, because it allows you to strengthen your mind to look at yourself in a higher degree than other people may perceive you. Somebody may perceive you as just a janitor, but you have higher hopes for yourself. If you have to go where people will always just view you as a janitor, but they have the inkling of you seeing yourself in a higher position, and unfortunately they may talk down to you because of that, you're going to have to ignore a lot of things while working your way to the top. All right. If you're someone that people envy, then there are going to be a lot of petty things you have to ignore. A lot of things are going to be rubbed in your face. And it would be different if people would just talk about things or have discussions with you. But when people envy you, they sometimes tend to be petty, and they tend to rub things in your face and tend to try to make up for what they lack, whether it be something on the inside. They tend to make up for what they lack as far as morally or character wise by what they have materially. So maybe they might have something that's better, or they may have an advantage in a certain area. Whatever they is, whatever it is, whatever they is, whatever they have that is possibly better than something of yours, just be prepared for people to use that as something against you, because they're trying to make up for what they feel they lack when they compare themselves to you. All right. So it's a lot that you will have to ignore when you're choosing the path of positivity, because you want to be a successful person in the line of work you want to be successful in. So it just, when you tend to have a different type of mindset that pretty much goes against the way things are set up, you're going to meet some resistance. All right, when you're going up and everybody else is going down and is trying to pull you down with them, and there aren't that many people choosing to go up, you're going to meet some opposition. There's going to be some resistance. It's not going to be as easy as you would like it to be, but it's not supposed to be easy. All right, once you accept that, that will do help you a great deal. Also, it's not meant to be easy. Some people would like things to be easy. Some people, it's difficult for them to accept that things aren't going to be easy, but it's something that you have to accept because it's a part of life. There's going to be difficulties, sometimes extreme difficulties, but the good thing is you can withstand it and bear it and overcome it and get through it and end up reaching a higher level and having a breakthrough and reaching a level of a high excellency. All right, all by ignoring people's negative statements. People will try to bring you down when they see you are up. If they're not up, there's going to be certain people who will say things out of negativity and in a sarcastic way. A lot of people will covertly, a lot of people who are covertly aggressive use sarcasm as a way to try to belittle you, throw shade at you, and crush your spirit. All right, they might see something in you or know something about you or have heard something, or they may be aware of certain things, and they may not like it. All right. It's something that they may disapprove of. All right. People are allowed to disapprove of whatever they want. People are allowed to feel however they want. And on the rough side of working towards becoming successful, people are going to let you know how they feel. All right, people are going to let you know how they feel. And if you're opposite or going against their personal beliefs, they're going to feel very strongly sometimes and covertly, aggressively letting you know that they're in total agreement with the opposite of what you are. You may be in agreement with peace and prosperity and all these things. This person is in agreement with possibly being toxic and negative. So there may be some backlash. There will be some negativity you will experience. This is life, but you have to, as a positive person, be prepared for that. Just because you choose to be positive, it doesn't mean the world is just going to stop being negative for you and become a positive place. You're still going to have to deal with negativity in your life. You're still going to have to deal with negativity from other people. You're still going to have to deal with just life in general, whether it be negative or positive. And sometimes the negative experience end up turning out to be a positive one, depending on your mindset. If you go through something that's difficult, you come out of it alive. You come out of it stronger. You didn't die. It didn't kill you. That's a positive. May have stressed you the hell out, but after you come out of it and you learn some things and you allow yourself to grow through it and go through it, then you're more experienced and there's more that you are aware of that you can withstand. All right, you know more about yourself. You know that you have something within you that you can rely on in a time of need or in a time when things aren't going so well. You have this thing, this strong spirit, this inner strength that you can use to lift yourself up whenever you're in a period of being down, or you need a period of upliftment. You can count on yourself for that. You don't even have to pray. You don't even have to go to God. You can count on him already working through you. All right, if you feel you need to pray, you can, but if you also feel strong enough, you can count on that power within you, because that's God already. You accessing that is enough. But if you feel you need to pray, by all means. If you feel strong enough, by all means. But ignore people's statements. People aren't always going to have the best things to say when you're working towards becoming the best version of yourself. Somebody may have something to say to try to get you to feel bad about what you're doing. You have to think about it though. Someone who's trying to get you to feel bad about what you're doing, what is this person up to? Most likely, possibly nothing. Are you going to invite yourself to feel bad over what somebody else says because they feel some type of way about what you're doing, and because you're doing something and they're not doing anything? Don't be concerned whether somebody is doing something or not. Your concern is you have something in mind that you want to do and you're going to do it. People who are desperately looking for an identity, you don't pay them any mind. They're unaware of who they are, putting on a front like they're confident and assured of themselves, but they don't even know what they want. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they want to do. They're possibly even afraid to go after certain things that that they would like to do in their life or with their life. And even if they aren't, even if they're shooting to be the man on the moon, why would they have to be concerned about what you got going on? All right, people will say they're not worried about you or concerned about you, but their actions say otherwise. If somebody's not worried about you or concerned about you, their actions and their words should display that. But if somebody has something negative to say, if somebody's throwing shade at you, somebody's always being negative and doing things to make you feel some kind of way, that's somebody that has an issue with you. You can call it what you want. Call it worry, call it beef, call it ignorance. That person has a problem with you. And for you to recognize that and be on point and see that, you're very intelligent. Some people just may not understand or see what you're experiencing, so they possibly think that nobody's worried about you. You have to remember a lot of the things that you go through are going to be undetectable by others and only detectable by the person who's experiencing it. So you're going to have to ignore a lot of people's statements. A lot of the things that happen to you don't happen to other people. A lot of people just get to go throughout their regular life and just deal with life and its difficulties. They don't have to play the game. They're just playing the life game. They're not playing the game for their life, as far as their sanity, their mind, their peace. People constantly, trying to wage their little tricks on them and wage psychological war against them. Whole groups of people teaming up against one person, being nice and polite and just minding their business and going about their way because they're not trying to be anything else. This is why you have to choose a version of yourself that is peaceful, but you just stay to yourself and you stay out the way, but you don't cause any. You work towards not being a problem maker, or troublemaker or whatever. You just be cool, chill, and just stay out the way. You know, people may see you as trouble because of how you handle things, but hey, if it works out for you and you're peaceful and you're not causing any problems or any disturbances, hey, to hell with whoever doesn't like you or who thinks something negative of you. Who cares? All right. But you have to be aware of people who are desperately in need of an identity. People who don't have an identity, all right, narcissistic people, they don't have an identity. You'll find that they will have an attitude with you because it's something that you do, something that you're good at, something that you aspire to be. And you can't allow that to get in the way. That can't be something that distracts you. That can't be something that makes you lose focus. Your goals are still going to be there, whether you get upset or this person is pissing you off or bothering you or you're thrown off by something that they say. Your goals are still going to be there. The work you have to do is still going to be there. And if you waste time taking off because of something someone said, now you allow yourself to be discouraged and you start to think negative thoughts like you can't or it won't work, and you start to believe them, and now you're not working on things. Your goals are still going to be there, and that's taking time away from you. This is why you have to ignore what certain people say. What they're trying to do is influence you to give up or stop or quit or just take a break or not do it and be like them and not do nothing, not do anything. You have to protect your dream from what someone might say to try to cause you to think about your ability to go after it. They may try to stop you from dreaming, period, overall. Some people, their dreams are dead. Some people's dreams are dead and gone and buried, and they done forgot about them, and they let them die, and they said, you know what, I'm just going to give up on dreams and just live a normal, regular life. And that is okay. Whoever made that decision for themselves, that's more than okay. But they don't have the right to attack the ones who are going after theirs. But the thing is, they don't care what they don't have the right to do, because they're going to try anyway. That's why you have to fight for the life that you want for yourself. It's not going to be just handed over to you in terms of you working for it and just that's it. If we could just work for things, and everything and everyone would just stay where they were at, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. But you have, unfortunately, will have people who will not want you to reach the finish line. They see you racing against yourself. They see you focused on your goal, focused on crossing the finish line, and they will potentially take it upon themselves to try and trip you up some way so that you don't cross it. But you're still going to anyway. All right. Don't let what people say take your mind off of what you know you're good at, what you know you can do, what you're confident in. Instead of thinking about, they said I suck, focus on some times where you know that you did really well. Focus on some of your projects that you did really good at. Focus on something that will allow you to know that what someone is saying isn't true about you. You can disregard it, but you have to replace it with something. Replace it with something that would make you feel good about yourself. People wonder why they feel bad, but they're thinking something that's going to make them feel bad. They want to say something that becomes an earwig or a worm, or something that is stuck in your mind, something that you're constantly thinking over. All right. If you're constantly thinking over and over and over about something that someone did or said that's negative, you have the mental capacity and ability to be able to let that go and focus on something else. You can empty your mind when people say something and just focus on something else. Sometimes people will say something because that's how they feel, and they're mad, they're upset, they feel some type of way. They want someone else to suffer or be hurt or feel the same way they do. And when you see people like that, you just got to wish them the best and not put too much into them, their energy, or what they say. That's someone that's lost. That's someone that possibly gave up. That's someone that's not going to have the same opportunity that you have, because you don't feel the way they do about themselves. It takes work to feel different about yourself. It takes work to know that you can be something different, have something different, and do something different. When you know that there are different possibilities for yourself, and all you have to do is work on your mind, is you pretty much strike gold in your own life. You pretty much hit the lottery at this point, because you know that the things you accomplish are based off of what you choose to do, what you choose to achieve, your ability. And you have the ability, so you're going to take your time and do something different with it, because you have the ability to go after and get what you want. So now that what, I have the ability and the power to go after and get what I want. What am I doing wasting time focusing on what someone else may think or say about me? I have to take this time and go use it to become the opposite of what they're saying anyway. So I might as well just go do that. I'm not what they said anyway, so I might as well take my time and ignore what they say. Don't focus on what is coming out of their mouth, and go actually do what I know I'm capable of doing. Why waste time? You know what, they said this. Don't waste time on what someone else said or what someone else's opinion is. If you know that to not be true, and you know yourself to be the total opposite, go be the total opposite. Go prove to yourself that you are who you think you are. Don't even try to go prove them wrong. You don't even want to waste your time trying to prove them wrong. Prove yourself to yourself that you are who you say you are. And eventually they'll either just have to shut up or just keep lying to themselves to make themselves feel good. And by that point, you'll be so far away, you won't even be concerned. Amen. You'll be so far away, you won't even be concerned. That's why it's best to ignore negative people's statements now. Because if you're not going to let them stop you from going after what you want, why worry about it and fathom over it or pay it any mind? If it's not going to stop you and you're not going to let it block you, then why continue to let that same record continue to go through your head and play that same song? Change the record, change it to a different tune, dance to the beat of your own drum, literally dance to, start telling yourself something different, or start thinking of something different. You can't put too much weight into what other people say or their energy or their opinion. You can't. If you do, it will bring you down, and you'll constantly have to work on yourself because you'll be so caught up over what somebody else is saying, and you'll need somebody else to say something to make you feel good. You be the one to say something to make you feel good. You validate yourself. You don't need other people to feel good about yourself. All right, you don't need other people to feel good about yourself, and other people, what they say, it doesn't have the power to really affect you like they think it does, only if you allow it, right? If you bring people can only bring you down about something that you've already brought yourself down about already. So if it's not something that you've brought yourself down about, they don't have the ability to bring you down about it. But if you already bring yourself down about it, they can say something that can hurt you or affect you or cause you to feel some type of way because you've already made that real to yourself. So what they do is they look for things, they look for problems that you may have, or they look for things or areas where they may see a weakness. All right, but don't focus on your weaknesses, focus on your strengths. See yourself improving in all areas. And when people like this have something to say, just know that, you know what, this person is a disturbed character. This is someone who's hurt. I don't have to regard what this person is saying. I could disregard this. This is nothing that is going to serve me, nothing that's going to help me grow, nothing that's going to help me get paid, nothing that's going to help me become more successful. So I could just ignore this person's opinion, whatever they're saying. I don't have to pay any attention to it, and I don't have to give it any life or any meaning. It can mean as little to me as I choose to make it. You have to take what some of the things that people say and do and make it small. Instead of making it big, make it small. Sometimes people will say something ignorant and you make it big, make it small. You know what? This is insignificant to me. I'm not giving this any power. This is something that I choose to view as insignificant. All right, who has more power, them or you? You do. It's your mind. What you choose to focus on is where your attention and energy is going to go. If you put it on something to make you angry or upset, those feelings are shortly going to come, and that's the attitude and the mood you're going to go out through life with: an angry one, an upset one, an offended one. You don't have to be offended. You can give up being offended over what people say and do. It takes work, but you have to reach that level of just not caring. You have to reach that level of wanting better and giving that up to focus on what's better. All right. It's just this program uses people like that against us when we work towards becoming greater, because it's a distraction. This matrix it uses negative people as agent smiths to come and distract you from your purpose, to keep your mind going on things that don't matter and that aren't going to get you anywhere and that aren't going to do a damn thing for you. Nothing. That's why it's best to ignore people. They're not going to be where you want to be anyway in the long run. So pretend that you're there now. Pretend that you're where you want to be now and that they don't even exist. They're going to say what they got to say, but just what? They don't, that person doesn't even exist. For real, for real. Even if they say something to you, even if it make you feel some type of way, that person still doesn't even exist. They're trying to exist. That's what you have to remember. That person is trying to exist. They don't even exist. All right. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. All right. I will see you in the next video. Peace.